the third episode of Mobile Behavior TV. I'm Allie.
And I'm Laura. Today we're going to take a closer look at the role mobile phones play in resolving friendly disagreements. You know, those pesky unanswered questions that arise during brunch, like, what was the name of the cat in the Smurfs? And what role does the hippocampus play? And
how much cereal does the average American consume each year?
11.9 pounds.
Clearly, mobile has changed the nature of social discourse. There is no longer a question of when a resolution will be reached, but who can click to it the fastest. Does a digital cheat sheet hinder conversation?
Or does it amplify? Let's take this query to the people. In an online survey, we asked people to weigh in on whether social Googling is a part of their social lives, and if so, what were they looking up? Most people said they exhibit this behavior usually and sometimes, so it is indeed a common practice.
The minority said they never do this, but their reasons were often that mobile internet is too slow, it creates an awkward silence, or that it cheats good old-fashioned debate.
But most people thought that looking up answers can spark new conversation, is efficient, and brings resolution. Let's hear what people had to say.
I hate debating things that I feel like there's any sort of factual answer to, and I like to just get that done with right away. So yeah, I'll frequently look things up on Google or whatever. And I remember one time, like 15, maybe 20 years ago, I had an argument with my uncle about some sports statistic. And I actually, we had no way of resolving it, and I actually called the sports department at the local newspaper because I figured they'd have a sports almanac on their desk. And they did, because they have to have that. And I called to talk to the local sports reporter, and he answered it. So every time I resolve something on my phone, I think back about that time when I had to actually call the news.
There's apps on the iPhone, obviously, and there's one called Wikipanion, and that is a argument solver. Once you believe that you're right, you don't even have to argue. You just look it up on your phone, instant results, instant proof that you are.
But I do like the fact that, and yes, I use it all the time when you're at a bar and you're settling a bet. Like, did John Hughes direct, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? You're like, no, he didn't, you know? And the Weimar Republic happened in the 30s, not the 1830s, you know, and you look that up and you're like, see, motherfucker? And, so that's great for that.
What was the latest internet challenge that we had? A buddy of mine and I were in high school together. He made a comment to something of the fact that Kathy Lee Gifford was in her late 30s. And this was like mid-90s when she was super old. And I was like, she's at least, and we put like a cutoff date. I was like, 44 and below you win, 44 and up I win. And it just kind of stayed there, and every Monday night after Frank Gifford would play, we'd bring it up. But there was no way we could confirm it because there wasn't IMDb that we just but now of course I could just be like, in fact.
93.
Let's see how we catch it.
Occasionally. I don't always want to take it out because I know it's going to end the debate, and sometimes it's just much more fun to talk about something up to a certain level before you end the conversation. Because almost any debate can be ended within 5 or 10 seconds if you were to take out your phone. And what's the fun in that? You kind of want to talk about it for a little bit. You kind of want to have a conversation. That's why you got out of the house in the first place, to go meet them. Why would you want to end the conversation 5 seconds into it? That's the way I feel.
Tonight, a song came on in the bar, It Ain't You Babe, by Jim Carter and Johnny Cash. And my friend said to me, oh, I like this song. I said, well, Bob Dylan actually was the original lyricist. And she said, no, you're wrong. And I said, listen, I know you watched Walk the Line, but I'm right. And so I looked it up on Wikipedia, and I'm right. I think it does cheapen the debate a little bit. There's no banter anymore, because you can't argue about it, because I can say, no, you're wrong, here it is.
It resolves the issue, we can move on to something else. We can get more things accomplished in a night, whether, just talking, just conversation, just move a lot faster. You can get a lot more in a short amount of time. So it's efficient, basically.
So it seems the prevalence of smartphones, like the iPhone and the BlackBerry, are leading to the acceptance of what we'll call social Googling, signaling the emergence of sort of a hyperlinked conversation. So we're going to place the phone on the far end of pull and the far end of utility on our behavior matrix.
Yeah, and so because this behavior is so common, we'd advise marketers to take heed. Make sure information about your products, services, and events are readily accessible via a website or through what we call a mobile path, which is a short code or a QR code.
Also, this underscores the value of SMS answering services like Cha-Cha or Google Text. I mean, the faster we get answers, the faster we get back to brunch, right?
Mm-hmm. And on to the next debate.
Exactly. Thanks, and see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
For more tips for marketers, check out nextgreatthing.com. For more information on mobile behavior, go to our website.